Meant to be a spooky or a scary tour or any of the above. And we hope it will be both educational and entertaining. Oh, she's got 3 and I've got 2 in there. Okay. I want you to come away from this experience with an interest to find out more about the people we talk about or their families, because their families are still here in New Albany. And you might find that you know some of them. Stories Behind the Stones. 1841, 5.5 acres was purchased for $500 from D.W. and Margaret Wilson to form what we name the Northern Burial Grounds. Please notice I'm calling it Northern, and you know the reason. It is an improvement from the original graveyard in the First Street.
So
Louder?
they can hear. You gotta move up.
Original graveyard on Lower First Street, better, between Elm and Oak. 5 years later, in 1891, the cemetery's ownership changed. Too loud for you?
No.
Oh, okay. Later in 1896, the name was called Fairview Cemetery. Over the years, we have purchased, as you can see, there's more than 5.5 acres here. We have purchased much additional property and many improvements. In 1877, there was a lake near the cemetery that was constructed there for $2,675. That lake was here when we first started Stories Behind the Stones 20 years ago. It is not here now. We needed grave space. They needed grave space, so the lake is only in pictures. The iron gates were erected at the 6th Street entrance. The entrance was originally located near where the office is now. The work to complete the fence around the cemetery, paid for by New Albany for $500. Over 30,261 burials, and that will change by Monday, because we have 2 more burials coming. So that is your total burials that have taken place here in Fairview Cemetery. The cemetery has come to be the resting place for your war veterans, your volunteer firemen, who's who in early New Albany, children, and yes, many, many unknowns whose bodies were found floating down the Ohio River, and they are buried here as unknowns. There are tall and short markers, even no markers at all. Most of the markers are made of granite, marble, sandstone, limestone, even soapstone. But do not let me forget, I will show you the only stone we have in the cemetery made of zinc. Each of these burials here has something to tell. There's a story behind every one of these stones. Some of them are surprises. It's something we tried to do with Stories Behind the Stones. In 2021, we've done some digging. Not to be funny. We can use that pun. And have tried to tell the story of some of the most interesting residents of New Albany. And sometimes the families did not even know the stories. Enjoy your tour.